You could do this, Troy. I have faith in you, and you would probably have so much fun. And then there's a sense of community togetherness, right? And that's what it's all about. Ben is here to tell us a little bit about the project at the Saguaro Hotel in Old Town Scottsdale. Tell us what we're seeing right now.
We're taking a look at the first of 4 panels that are going to be ultimately a 12 by 24-foot mural. It's going to hang on the side of a building in Old Town Scottsdale. The mural is designed to start a conversation about historic preservation in Scottsdale, specifically the Garden Apartment District, just south of the Hotel Valley Hub. What we're talking about here is reduce, reuse, recycle. This is the incredible thing about this artist, Tom Carlisle here. This is the second one that he's done. All of the materials on this mural have been something else prior to what they are now. Just like the Garden Apartment District. There are 15 buildings in that neighborhood that are Scottsdale's original boutique hotels. They were motor inns before we even had hotels and motels. Yeah. Now they're condo conversions and apartments and Airbnbs. We want to raise the profile of that whole movement.
That's such a great idea. Okay, let's talk about that historic district and the importance of doing what we're doing, preserving it.
Great. Great.
We're going to save you a spot here, Troy.
It's a good look. I like that. I can do that, I think.
It would look really cool in like an entryway to a big house. If you had a big wall or something.
That?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, one here in the lobby, but it's too far for us to get there in a live shot. So if you're ever out and about, you can stop by here at the hotel and see what a finished product looks like as well.
The question is what qualifies either a building or a community as historic. I can speak from a community standpoint that it has to be at least 50 years old. It also has to have the consensus, the buy-in from the community. People want to be able to preserve their properties the way they were built, and that sometimes causes a little bit of interesting dialogue and activity within the community. But it does have to have the buy-in of the community, and that's important.
How long have you been an architect?
35 years.
35 years. So you've seen a lot of trends come and go.
I have. And I think that's what's interesting about historic preservation is you can look at a building and discover when it was built. You can put a calendar to it over the decades. And I think there's also a uniqueness about historic buildings that you can't duplicate. You can copy them and make something look like something else you saw, but you can't put the true character into a building once it's been torn down and try to rebuild it with modern materials.
Roger?
The concept of integrity, and does a building still look like it was built? And of all the bureaucratic ways to define integrity, I like to think of the simple version is, would the guy who built it recognize it? Does it still have the original material, windows and doors and brackets and roof projections and all of that? Is that still retained? If we have buildings that have been modified beyond recognition, they're not going to be deemed historic because the degree of modification and, if you will, loss. And one of the things we want to grasp onto in creating a district like the Garden District or any other historic district is the ability to convince people to retain the integrity to the extent that it still exists and enhance it. For example, in the time the Town and Country's been designated, which is probably 5 years now, we've probably seen more restoration and enhancement and improvement of people wanting to bring it back to its historic character than we have people want to modify it and detract.